every once in a while, I'll have a hard time making a video. Just for whatever, I'm tired. And I got it done. And in my mind, it was, hey, I got a video done. It's going to help people. I try to think of one person that's going to help. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I've helped that person. Let me give them that. Well, within the first 5 seconds, The Rock commented on it and was like, amen, brother, and fist pounded with a whiskey glass.
And I want to let you know that I used your tactic yesterday.
Did you?
I was having a conversation with an opposing counsel. It was an email exchange. You never know the tone. And I literally asked them, I was like, that sounds insulting. Did you mean it to be that way?
Yeah. Wow.
And they said, no, I just blah, 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 blah. And it's okay, great. So let's we're negotiating the terms of a settlement agreement in a very contentious case. But
it worked.
It did because it diffused everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me so
thank
happy.
you.
Yeah,
thank
absolutely.
You. That's why I do believe that what you're teaching is so useful for lawyers, especially law students. Welcome to this episode of Bourbon Approved, where we like to talk law and life with people that have been successful at both. And today we're very honored to have none other than the Jefferson Fisher.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Flew in from Texas this morning.
Very early this morning.
Was it a red eye?
It was not, but it should have been. But I left the house at 4. So I was like, look, I got somewhere to be.
That would have been 2 a.m. here then.
Yes, it would have.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing better than drinking bourbon this early.
Yeah, nothing better to help with the jet lag.
We also brought back Michelle Iarusso, who was on episode 3 of Bourbon Approved.
Thank you for having me.
She came camera ready. And thank you very much to Charles Liu, Tom Hardy for giving us the private bar here at Bike Shed. Fantastic location. We had a very nice croissant. We'll have a burger there. And maybe a tattoo and a nice shave, because you can do all those things here at the Bike Shed. So we like to start out by drinking some bourbon. So I brought you, this is the Peerless small batch bourbon, but why it's special is this is signed by Corky Taylor IV. This signed bottle he's a 4th generation whiskey, Taylor family, famous in Kentucky for it. But Corky Taylor IV signed this bottle, and I'm opening it for today for Jefferson Fisher because he comes from a long, distinguished line of lawyers.
Very cool. I love it.
Yeah. So how many generations of lawyers do you guys have?
I'm fifth generation attorney. Yeah.
Wow.
So my dad's an attorney. My grandfather was a DA for a long time, still an attorney. And my great-grandfather was a federal judge of the Eastern District of Texas before he got split. And then, so he practiced law with his father. So I still have those old leather books, original leather on the inside. They have Fisher and Fisher written in them. Because at that point in time, books, law books that was the key to say what the law was. We didn't have Westlaw or Lexis or anything. And then his grandfather was just known as a lawman. So it wasn't.
Lawman.
Yeah. It was like a.
Did he wear one of those stars with a circle around Texas?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So he was half sheriff, half maintain of the law.
Wow.
Thing. But yeah.
So he was a law.
Yeah, that's just all we know.
So Jefferson, grab yours. She'll hand you yours.
Thank
First
you.
of all, cheers to, we're filming this in the morning, so.
Yeah. Very cool.
You have to look her in the eye. She's very, very.
It's
You got it.
superstitious.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm in it.
Pretty good, Corky.
Corky knows his stuff.
Corky knows what's up.
Yeah, he does.
So for those of you that do not know Jefferson, he's kind of like the peacemaker of lawyers. I mean, what would you describe? Because
That's fine.
I mean,
I'll take that.
I mean, Jefferson blew up on social media just helping people resolve disputes, right? Just quick tips.
Yeah, quick tips on how to argue, how to reduce conflict in your life. That's really how it got started.
So you were, trial lawyer for many years, still are. Now you have, on Instagram, 2.8 million followers, more on TikTok. You have a book deal now.
Yeah.
You're in the manuscript as part
wild.
of this. Wild.
Yeah, it's wild. I cannot believe it. So it's the Facebook's taken off, LinkedIn's taken off. So I have about 6 million total on social media. And then with the book deal, with Penguin Random House, that just blew my mind.
So how did that work? I mean, did they reach out to you or like how's that?
No, so I get a lot of emails from book agents. So it's pretty common that agents want to find people that have something to say. What kind of voice? What the key is, you have something to say that can be put in a book, can be written down. And I had seen lots of different agent requests. I'm always throwing at somebody wanting to be my agent or manager of something. And this person that resonated me with, her name was Tess with Europa, and she was just super, just down to earth and wonderful. And
So how
was
did
like,
she
could do
just slide into your DMs?
Oh no, it was an email. It was an email. Yeah,
Wow, how archaic.
Yeah, right. So I get lots of, it's mostly emails or at LinkedIn, but it's, and so I just started talking to them, and they represent, what did it for me is they represent a lot of big celebrities and people that I follow and that I like. And she's like, I think you'd be awesome at it. So at the time I was trying to self-publish a book because the followers were like, you need a book. It's like, okay, I'll figure out how to write a book.
I think you showed it to me like a year ago.
I did. Yeah,
We had a discussion just because we met on Instagram. First time I met Jefferson was today. He showed up at my door, knocked on the door. I felt like I knew him. I was like, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah. Well, I think we met, what was the place?
I don't know.
I think we met maybe in Atlanta at Chris.
At Chris for a second?
Yeah, for a hot second. You had put together like this little meet and greet thing, I think is what it was.
Oh, did you, the one where we had the violinist play the hip hop? Did you?
I think so, yes. So I was
trying
only
to
there
bring
for a
him
little
back
bit.
to Lauderdale because that guy was all. Were you there? Or you in Atlanta for this event?
I was not in Atlanta.
Oh,
we
like
had a
hip-hop stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, he
It
did
was-
hip hop on the violin. This guy's next level.
He was baller.
Yeah.
It was really good. And so anyway,
We know you hate music, Michelle.
right,
Despise
yeah.
it.
That's what I've heard. I heard you're a big anti-music.
I will not be dancing at Let It Go.
So they said, hey, we think you should write a book. I said, well, I'm trying to self-publish this. And they're like, you really should not. Here's why. And all of it made sense. And so what you do is you write a book proposal. You have to write chapter by chapter. It's like a 40-page single-spaced document on everything you want your book to be about.
Single space or like 1.2.
Yeah, no, it's. I wish it was. I tried to like sneak a little bit more. No, that's not how it goes. And so you make a book proposal. You have this document that outlines everything about you, everything about your vision for the book, why this book, why now. And then what you do is you, through your agent, you send them out to all the big top 5, all your publishers that you want to do it with.
Penguin. They're the ones that picked it up. Isn't that the biggest one? It has to.
Yeah, it's the biggest one. So Penguin and Random House combined. But what you do is you issue them out, and it's an auction, essentially. So first you set it up as meetings. They take a meeting with you, which is a good sign. And keep in mind, you have your big labels like Penguin Random House. You then have imprints, is what they call them. So imagine like Procter & Gamble as like the umbrella, and Kraft and everybody is their different little
And Golden Books, that's who I'd like to publish my book.
yeah. So then you have like Harper. You have Harper Collins. You have all their different versions because each imprint is a different personality. Somebody just does fiction. Somebody just does memoirs. It's all that. So you do that, and then once you get meetings, I had a just slew of Zoom calls, like 30-minute Zoom calls, and then they bid on your book.
Wow.
So can you tell us what it's about?
I can.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I can. So
It's not a secret.
First of all, do you follow Jefferson on social?
I do. I shared one of your, I think it was dealing with drama.
that's possible. So
Yeah,
I've
I
done a
think
lot.
it's-
But it might have been either the one about somebody being rude or how to handle toxic people.
It was something where you ask the person if they really meant what they just said, something like that.
Rude.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're not sure if somebody's rude, did you mean for that to come across? Blah, blah, blah.
See, I mean, the way that you just said your effect, the way that you do it. And if you ever watch Jefferson, he's literally just shooting selfie videos in his truck, right?
That's perfect explanation.
Really? But it's just how to de-escalate or how to do these simple solves and human like. And I remember like you came over from TikTok onto Instagram and within like a month had 1 million followers. And I remember when you posted The Rock was following you. And I was like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
It was absolute. My life, I didn't feel like it was real for a minute. Yeah, it was a very surreal moment. Still is. But very quickly, like my social media just went from here to zoom, just up in the air. That's why when I tell people this was not like something I I've been working for this since I was a boy, kind of thing. Like it's not like a dream.
Well, but do you think this would have happened had COVID not occurred?
I'd say probably so, just because anybody can put content out there. I think COVID has only increased those who are wanting to put out content in general.
Yeah, but for you specifically, because you as a trial lawyer, you have your own firm.
Yeah.
I know when it shut down for me, that's when I did a lot more social media because I had time.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I didn't do mine until after COVID.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. So
you're that new to the.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
yeah. It wasn't until after
That's
COVID.
really impressive.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yeah. So it was beginning of what year is this? 23.
23.
Okay. I started this the beginning of 22.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
No.
So it's just been over like a year and a half?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. January 22.
Generally, just
the end of January 22 is when I made my first. Hey, I'm Jefferson. I'm starting a new law firm. Hey, friends, because at the moment I had like 80 friends. We're just all people I went to law school with. So yeah, people be like, "Oh, that's awesome."
And I remember, like people are always kind of jealous about folks that have large social media followings or whatever. And I was telling, I knew Jefferson for a couple of years because we were talking and stuff like this. And people are like, "Oh, he's paying for those followers or those views." I'm like, guys, he's not. You can see, because you know when it's real and it's not.
Right.
When you have 2,000 comments of real people and shares, like you can't fake that.
Right.
Right. And it was.
Yeah, I've never paid for anything.
I know, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Was there like one video that did it? Was there one that went viral?
Good question. I had like 4.
Oh.
There was I started the social media.
By the way, you guys have to drink. This is part of the show.
Oh, sorry. Well, I mean,
Stop
we're still
fucking talking. Start drinking.
Thank you.
This is how, by the way, so
Hey, you
if I
asked
were-
me to come here.
Yeah, if I were on your show, I would, or you're part of your platform, I would just say resolve conflict by drinking.
No, I'll add that to my list.
No, don't.
So I started it, my first video, January of 22, but that was just me trying to figure out the app. Mm-hmm. I didn't start my first how to argue like a lawyer video until like April of 22. And even then I didn't know how to do it. So it was rough, and I would make like one every 2 weeks. I didn't know what I was doing.
But what was the purpose that you were doing it for?
At the time, I thought I wanted to do it because I wanted to grow my law firm. Like, hey, I'm a youngish guy. I just started my own law firm. I need to get out there. There's no excuse not to be on social media in this day and age. And when I first did it, I paid my friend to film me. A buddy of mine was a videographer. I was like, I need to do like a TikTok style. Like at the time, that real quick transition TikTok style of
Which I
people
hate,
saying
by the way, but it's fine.
Well,
The quick transition
it was
shit.
all about that. And I was like, this is what I need to do. Top 3 things to do in an accident. So original, right? So
Get a police report.
yeah. So original. And I filmed it, and then after I posted it, you know how many people liked it? 0. You know how people saw it? Like 0. And I was like, I paid money for nobody to see. More people saw me in my car than they did in me paying somebody. And so I kind of had this just big paradigm shift of why am I even here? What's the whole point of why I'm on this earth, and I'm not just to be an attorney, but what's my purpose? What's my motivation? And that really just opened my eyes to, you know what? Forget trying to find the best looking camera, the best looking studio, the best looking light. I'm just going to do it in my truck because that's the only time I can do it. I didn't have an office. I was going coffee shop to coffee shop.
It's funny, like when people ask you, where's your office?
I don't have one.
Exactly. I always get like, I'm here.
Right.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
But most lawyers, the best ones, don't. Why would you need an office?
And I had just come from a very traditional law firm.
So why did you break away? Because obviously your folks were lawyers.
Yeah,
Why
my
not
dad
work with
is.
them?
Yeah, and my dad was at that same firm. So my dad had been there for 35
Awkward.
years. And it was like a year of me trying to talk to him of, there needs to be some changes. I don't think this is for me. I was starting to get more plaintiff cases. I was just getting called to do, I felt like I was running with a parachute. Like I was ready to go. And in a lot of red tape with a traditional defense firm, it's just not going to happen.
Can't get this lid off.
Get
on
it?
This new bottle. Ready?
I've been on my tonal, so if you want to.
He was in our house today. We both have a tonal in our.
Yeah.
What's a tonal?
It's like a mirror workout gym where they put it against the wall and you use the arm.
It's all a pulley system, and it is amazing. Like, you could do anything on this.
And what does
not
that
a
have to do with
sponsor.
opening the whiskey bottle?
Because he was having a hard time.
Yeah. I don't.
Gotcha.
I got to work on my forearm.
It was like a
Yep. So you guys got to finish this before.
All right,
all right.
So this next one, this is a Sam Houston 15-year-old. This is actually Mauro Fiore brought this for you. Houston, obviously, because you're from Houston. Yeah. But the reason why we picked 15 years is because 15 years ago, whenever this bottle was essentially born, he couldn't even drink legally.
I couldn't legally drink. When
But I'm waiting in
was
Texas,
birthed.
you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. The lawless state of Texas.
All right.
Corky was good though.
It was very good. Well, we'll ask you what your bourbon of proof is at the end. So you just remember your palate.
All right. Remember?
Should we bring out coffee beans here, please?
Yeah.
It's okay to splash here.
It's all good.
We mix, we splash.
The question you, I don't
What are
think
you doing?
Like,
she's taking her time.
God.
my time.
The question that you asked, you said, is there a video that like took off at the time? So to lay the timeline, I had just in January 22 started, kept going, and I was starting to gain followers. I had 1,000 followers. I thought I'd made it. I was like, I'm good. I have 1,000 people following me. This is nuts. And I kept going, and then Christmas, going to February of 23. That's this year. Yes.
Yeah.
I had about 4 videos that all just decided to go nuts. Videos that I had posted like 2 weeks before. And they just kept climbing. And they were all feeding off each other. And I went from like 100,000 followers to like 1.2
Yeah.
Wow.
in a week.
I remember when that happened because,
Yeah.
oh, good, you're on Instagram now. Or
Yeah.
like,
I think you even messaged me like, dude, what is happening?
Yes.
Like, I was like, I don't know.
oh, because like I remember it was like a Friday. It was somewhere at night because I was back with the kids and I was texting you. I was like, bro, this is fucking out of control.
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah.
It was. And I was convinced that something wrong happened. Like somebody at Instagram, like in a movie where the security guard falls asleep, at the screens, like somebody had poured coffee on my account and like it just started to go nuts. I couldn't explain it. And I was gaining about 100,000 to 200,000 a day of followers.
That's insane.
And I just would just hold my phone and I don't know.
The amount of DMs he gets a day has to be like insane.
That's a lot.
Now you got to start having your chat bot funnel be able to.
I know, and you're going to help me with that.
Yeah.
That's what I
So
need help myself with.
Yeah, well, by the time this airs, Attorney Cheryl will be live, and you'll have a funnel opportunity just to send cases right into. I'll tell the lawyers to monetize and track all your scope.
He's doing some awesome.
Here we go. Finally, she's ready.
There we go.
So this is Mr. Sam Houston bringing us the city of Houston, which brought us just Jefferson Fisher. By the way, he's so much a Texan. He was in my house today. I was walking around. He knew what kind of boots I had.
Really?
He just brought a conversation.
Well, yeah, I know what kind of boots he had.
But I didn't bring it up. He's like, oh, my kids, I haven't gotten them yet or whatever. I was like,
They're in repair.
if you can see this on the show, I actually am so vain that I got my logo branded in there.
Wow.
This is what being drunk in Austin will do for you at my sister's wedding.
Did they come and bring them to you?
They got sent to me. I went to this pop-up shop, and my wife and I had a few. And then a few $1,000 later, these shoes show up at my door. I was like, oh, that was a good idea.
It was. Look how fantastic it was. All right, so this is the same Houston.
Sam Houston, 15-year-old.
Awesome.
Sorry. Sorry.
Never heard of that, but I like it.
It's a Michelle thing.
I was a bartender, so I'm superstitious about it.
For how long?
About 10 years.
So you're just very lock eyes with me when you blink.
Well, I was told that if you do not, you risk 7 years of bad sex. So.
Okay, well, I'll definitely make note
I
of
will
that.
make,
Yeah.
I want 0 days of bad sex.
yeah. Somebody out there's like that that explains some things. Like,
People are reevaluating.
right.
Now you understand why
I never had this one. This is a good one.
It's really good. So
This is
go on here.
103 proof. So this one's going to be feel hotter than the last one. It's always interesting because people don't realize how much alcohol is in some of these. Actually, so I lied.
After the fact.
This first one was 54%.
Okay. Got it. So yeah, once everything started, everything started taking off, and then I had bigger names follow me, and it just got really overwhelming really quickly, and just trying to hold on ever since.
Your law firm side of things.
Yeah.
You started your own law firm kind of hand in hand when this started.
That's right.
How's that changed?
So I'll answer that with a little bitty rabbit trail.
Fishtail.
Yeah,
Fishtail?
rabbit. Yeah. Let's say that. So my dad tried so hard to get me to stay, and he eventually understood it wasn't going to be for me, and I was going to leave.
Why? Why did
I leave the firm?
Why did you leave that firm? Why was it not for you?
As I mentioned, it was just social media wasn't really something to promote. It was very big on. I was also handling insurance defense, and that's just like it was. I will say, to its credit, I learned a lot of things on the defense side and how they evaluate cases, and I also learned what it means to be a bad plaintiff attorney. Mm-hmm. So I knew where I could take advantage of just lazy attorneys who just weren't really pushing their case. It was also a matter of I just didn't want to practice that anymore, and I was getting to help real people. And I felt that I would take cases pro bono, and I'd have like Mrs. Johnson just give me like her crop of like, here's some cucumbers that I have from the garden. Like I'm like, I feel more satisfaction in that than an adjuster saying, thanks, we'll close the file. And it's just like, well, bye guys. You know what I mean? There's not like it wasn't that feeling. And when I went off on my own, I was just by myself, coffee shop surfing, and borrowing other friends' offices. And that April, my dad was like, so would you ever consider bringing the old man on? And I was like,
No way.
What?
I was like, I've been trying to get you to, yes, of course, the answer is yes. He's like, well, it's going to be a lot of a project if we do. It's like, yeah, that sounds great. I'm all for it. So he came, and once he came, a few others from that firm came because they were like, we see what Jefferson's doing. By that time, I had set my mission, my values of like where I want to take everything. And I went from me to like 10 people in a month.
Wow.
And that was just, you know how that is.
Got mouths to feed.
Yeah. Then that all of a sudden now I'm managing partner of like, I got to make sure we're doing on payroll, got to make sure we're good with this.
See, I manage my dad too, but it's he's not a lawyer.
Yeah, you still manage him. Yeah.
You go bob@justicesteam.com. By the way, email my dad. It'll be a good time, good response.
Yeah.
A lot of single space, just.
Yeah, attack it.
Oh, he's fucking hilarious.
But it was an amazing time, and we just continued to grow, and now we got 20 people. So it's awesome. I'm blessed. I really am. But it's all the same things that I know you've learned over time of just scaling, just the managing
we all
part
started,
of it.
Our own firms. I have 20-some lawyers. Michelle, she just hired her.
That's so
My
awesome.
first lawyer, yeah.
That's fantastic.
But it's a different thing. Like it's almost like it's harder with the bigger you are, the less say you have, even though it's your shop. It's just
Yeah,
a different operation.
I can see that. Well, it's been a blast. I mean,
As long as you're having fun, man.
I'm having such a fun time, and what it's allowed me to do, especially with some of the newer things that I've been able to do, is to delegate more of my own personal cases. So you have, your attorney hat, your managing partner running the show hat, and then you have your whole family, and now I have this whole like social media side. Yeah, and so now it was like I just added more on my plate, making these videos in my car. But I'm having a blast. The creative side of it is, I look back on it now and wonder why I really went into law, even though I love it. But my passion is just the creative side, whether it's music.
We talked
or
about this off in the green room, the blue room, the gray room. What the fuck we call this back here? The room in the back. It's awesome.
It looks kind of brownish.
Brownish,
I like it.
grayish, brownish. You're passionate for helping people trying cases. Same as you. We've had this discussion so often. But is that always what you want to do? Right? Like, I see Michelle, we never had that deep of a dive into it, but we've gotten huge verdicts. I've probably tried 50 cases at this point, but you just had another huge verdict. Mm-hmm. Could you switch a gear tomorrow and not try any more cases?
Probably. That's why I went to real estate development school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took a class at after I got my verdict, I just took a course at USC. It was like an intensive month, just learning like soup to nuts, like how to develop multifamily and
That's
whatever.
amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun.
That's so smart too.
Yeah, but how about
Creative.
you, Jefferson?
Yeah.
Could you not try another case and be satisfied with your life? I know you love it and you still will do it.
Right. Yeah, I love the courtroom, but I think I love it because of the creative. You know, I like thinking of different strategies and what I can say in front of the jury and the pause. There's also, I mean, you have the very technical strategy side of trial, but there's no good trial attorney who's also not a good storyteller. You know, who's just, there's a part of theater, a part of it, just that the whole momentum that goes behind it. That's what I love. So yes, I could not have any more trials with the amount that I've had and be like, leave it on the field. Like I have good.
So
I'm good.
I liked, I had give myself a title at the firm. I was trial director for a while, where I would find who paired the best people for that specific trial. I like the game planning more.
Yeah.
It's like setting a play.
Yeah.
Or a musical. You find the best talent for that.
And now you with your school, like you'll be able, I mean, having taken those classes, like now you can get as creative as you want.
Oh, totally. I mean, it's, building things is creative.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah.
Real estate is creative. Thinking of, there's just an empty plot of land.
Yep.
What we're going to put on it. Sounds awesome.
I already know what I'm going to do with a plot of land next to my house if I ever get it. I've already mapped it out in my brain.
Yeah.
Told many people what I would do.
Yeah, for sure.
I know exactly what I would do.
Yeah, but it's been a huge blessing. The team that we have is phenomenal. The experience we have is great. So it's I have zero complaints other than I would run faster if I could. You know, you can only go as fast.
Gotta have
as
the
you can.
support though.
Yeah, if you don't have the support.
Well, you had a good comment before we talked. It was the G-forces comment, and I forget the context of it, but it was you had a meteoric rise. How did it go?
So we talked about, this was in the car on the way here, and he's like, well, you were saying how you've achieved so much, and you truly have of what you're doing. I said, well, I'm at the much more bottom of the slope. And you said, well, you have a much faster trajectory. So, well, with a faster trajectory, you have a lot heavier G-forces on you. So you have that pain point of just feeling the immense weight of everything that's happening in my world. And my book has a deadline. I got to get it. You have to be intentional with family time and your kids. You have a law firm that people are depending on you to set the direction. You have people that are DMing me constantly. I could check it now of like, what do you do in this situation? What do you do in this situation? That just heavy weight of who's watching.
You now have to scale Jefferson Fisher.
Yeah, Jefferson's just a brand now. Now you have to like this guy's lame. But the working title is Predicting Positive. So the ability to predict your positive interactions and experiences in the conversation, communication with people. And I break it into really three main chunks. So it's kind of a formula of it's finding, like, you know how you had to solve for X in school, you remember that? And so it's kind of that same concept, but you have aligning yourself versus alignment, meaning I align my own person before I'm going into the conversation. That's talking about you're maintaining your breath, how your muscles are, what are you saying to yourself. Wow. Then there's a part of communication, which is connecting with the other person and feeding off of them. That talks about listening and not only pushing your message, but how to interpret the message that you receive. And then the other variable is fluidity, and that talks about there's other impact on communication that could be timing or stress or job or things outside the communication of, like, you and I could be in a conversation right now, and even though you're listening to me, you're thinking about your kid, you know, and you're having to think of, well, she's got gym at X, time, and you're ready for me to finish, and you could be not hearing everything that I'm saying. So it's kind of like it is my formula for how I communicate and how I come up with all of my different advice that I have in my videos. So I'm trying to give that to people so that they can come up with ones of their own.
I love that.
Yeah. Thanks.
I cannot wait for this book, and
Thank you.
cannot wait to give it to my teenagers.
Oh, well.
So I think they would really benefit from
Where
that.
did you learn this? Or is it just self-taught Jefferson Fisher?
It is self-taught Jefferson Fisher. And a lot of it's like family. My dad is very diplomatic. So my dad is one of those that I could come in as a teenager, I'd be so mad, something that my mom did. And I'm like, you can't believe this. My mom, she's so overbearing to this. And Dad's like, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? Like, he was just like, my dad was never somebody to get upset with me. My dad was always just like very level-headed. And his whole thing, he'd always say, so? And I'd be like, but, he'd go, so? And then eventually I'd be like, I don't know. I'll go to my room now, you know? So he instilled a lot of that behavior in me. And I know that several of the things that I say are twists of words that I just like the wordplay of things.
The wordplay is very, very significant of how you frame it and what words you choose.
Yeah, so thank you. I feel like I try to, at least for each video, come up with a turn of phrase to say it in a way that people haven't heard it before, compare it to something else that they haven't heard it before. Like, for example, how to handle crying in an argument. I say just let it flow. And one thing I offered to say was, my stress comes in liquid form. Understanding that our stress comes it's just the tension. The cry is a natural release in our body, and the higher the tension, that's, you know, the tenseness in whatever is going on, the bigger the release that we need. So I just like the word, a phrase, to turn the phrase.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and watch your videos for those phrases.
I have a lot more videos than I used to. You could just like have like 2 thumb flicks and that was it.
You're almost all reels on your Instagram, no video. Reels.
Yeah, I think that's all. At the time, that's all I knew I was supposed to do. I would Google it because for a while I had like 5 videos on TikTok, and you know how many views I got? 0. Listen, your boy Googled, why do I have 0 views on TikTok? I'm dead serious.
Wow.
I really did. And I was like, how do I Instagram Reels on Google? I had no clue.
You know, there's this might be a little creepy, but you can actually use AI to replicate you. You could drop in all of the.
Great. He's got a lot of things to do.
No, look, you can put all your truck selfie videos into the AI. I know this platform, and you could just type what you want Jefferson Fisher to say.
That's incredible.
And you could time them, and you could just have all these ones come out, and you could never film another video, and they could just replicate. It could just be AI bot Jefferson.
That's what I should do for when I continue to build out my website. I can talk to AI Jefferson. What would Jefferson say?
That'll be your chatbot.
I
think this is
that's what I get pretty
right?
regularly.
But this is where like we've been testing it, using that for training videos and for client videos, preparing for a deposition, because you could just type in different talk, but it's like engaging with the actual lawyer, because this human connection is real.
Yeah.
Like when you look at Jefferson Fisher in the eyes, I kind of melt a little bit. It's hard not to be engaged with him. Very charming, but most people aren't as charming. So this is, you probably had this, you had to have, the Garrison brothers. This is a true Texan whiskey.
Right.
Yes, it is. This is one of the better ones. Because whiskey's all dependent on where it's aged and the humidity, the weather change and things like this. You get a different taste for a different state. Like for instance, where I grew up, Pittsburgh, shitty whiskey, not so good. It just doesn't have Steel,
Very
A+.
nice.
Very nice. Steel, very nice. But whiskey, not so nice. They have one called Wiggle, which is fucking terrible. By the way, Wiggle, if you're listening, I'll still sponsor this show. But yeah, this is straight Texas. They got some honeybees on the back, and it says, born and bred in Texas.
Yeah, and I noticed they have the type of
Texas.
corn that they use.
I think it says High Texas. HYE? There's a place. Texas has some very funny names of towns.
Oh yeah, we're all across the board. I mean, we are pretty big, so you got a lot of names to choose from.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Wouldn't forget the I.
Yeah. Not cursed today. This one even smells different.
Oh, that's very different.
Different palate.
Wow,
Wow.
very different.
It's almost like a chocolate at the end.
Yeah, I was gonna say it tastes like candy.
Have you been to the T? Oh, you probably haven't, but there's a TX. You heard of the TX whiskey? It's cool. It's a place. They have a beautiful facility up in Dallas. Anyway, that just came to mind.
TX.
End of story.
And scene.
Yeah, yeah, and
So, have you upgraded your truck since you started these videos?
my truck died.
No.
Yeah, it's okay. I had a nice funeral and everything for it. No, I just had a truck, and first the transmission died, so I replaced the transmission because I believed in the truck that much, and then And then the engine died. And I was like, okay, I think it's my sign. And so we got a new vehicle, and I am driving that, so it's fine.
What truck? What's your truck of choice? Come on, I want to know the Texan truck of choice.
Oh, it depends. It depends who you talk to. So some people.
I'm talking
say,
to Jefferson too.
That's true. That's true. Well, the Chevy and a Ford are like this. Like if you're a Chevy guy, you're a Ford guy. And GMC's over here. GMC's more like all hat, no cattle, meaning like you like to look fancy, but you actually don't know how to have.
All sizzle, no steak, we say.
There you go. There you go. That's very LA.
It's very LA. It's the same. The Denali. Oh, well, you just want to put many people would look cool.
Yeah, Denali. I'll just have it all black, please. So I am I like the Chevy and GMC side of things, but my dad I started with an old Dodge. I drove my parents' old Suburban forever. That's what I drove to college in. My parents, the one that we went to Yellowstone in, was that I told you about?
We were telling the stories of like, he was never on he's never been out of the country.
No.
Never been out of the country. And then also.
I'm very cultured.
Yeah. We used to drive for family vacation. So we would do the 12-hour drive to Myrtle Beach from Pittsburgh in our converter van. And they did a 24-hour drive to Yellowstone.
It was so bad. It was we were just packed in there. But
it was so much fun. How much fun was that?
I have so many fun memories from that trip as a kid.
Yeah.
Now, my dad probably would have different.
Dude, if I put myself in my dad's shoes now, I'd be like, I would have strangled all of you. Because my little brother, at one point, I remember he was biting people back there. He was probably like 4 or 5, and he kept biting people. My dad's like, do it again. Brandon hates being spun. Like he's to this day, roller coaster. I think it's because my twin brother and I, would put him in very claustrophobic situations and used to spin him around, like pick him up, and he's very afraid. So my dad was like, I'm going to pull this car over. I'm going to spin you on the side of the road if you do it again. So we were like fucking North Carolina, and he bites my cousin Jason.
Oh, no.
My dad pulls over in the rain, pulls him out of this van, and picks him up and just spins him in a circle like 5 times. I'll never forget it. Core memory, and he's crying. He sits in the back. He's like, I won't do it again, Dad. I'm sorry. He hated being spun. It was so funny. But he bit Jason. Why would you bite Jason?
Yeah, why Jason? Of all people to bite.
Jason Simon. He now lives in North Carolina. What a weird fate.
Good for him. Yeah,
where he was bit, he now lives.
As oldest of 4, I was like, mom, dad in the front, me, and then I'd have my youngest brother who was still in the car seat. Car seats had the thing in the front, it had like a big handrest in the front, and then my brother and sister. And I was the oldest. I was like the den mother of all. That means like anytime we went somewhere, I had to divvy out the McDonald's. I had to like open every container.
See, I was the same, but I took a tax.
Yeah.
I take a bite, get it back to the kids.
And
that's why I was a fat kid.
You took a few fries. Well, you turned out all right. You look good.
It's because of that tonal.
Yeah. The tonal, that's exactly what's doing it.
No, it's
but
not.
yeah, it's the fact that anybody can make a video and then it just leads you to like your life trajectory I've been thinking on that a lot recently. That had I never just got in my car and looked at myself in the phone, I wouldn't be here. But anybody can make anything really at any time, because I was just as anybody.
I'll tell you, I see a lot of people try to do what you do.
Yeah.
And the difference is that you mean well from an altruistic place. Like the advice that you're giving, and you can tell it's genuine and stuff that you've thought a lot about. It's not somebody that does, this is why I don't like the TikTok. Oh, throw a ball, catch it, new word, over here, do this. They're trying too hard, right? They're not authentic. Yeah. And I think you're very, like my wife watches your video and she's like, I love this guy. I could talk to him for hours. And she's just watching like 15-second reels.
That's cool.
I'll talk to my wife when you come to my house later.
I won't. I promise. Well, I appreciate that. And I'm glad to hear that resonates. And that is, when you mentioned that earlier of why did you get into it, when I had that paradigm shift, that's what really, I stopped trying to sell to people and just whatever I can give. And if it wasn't communication advice, it would have been anything else. I think any other attorney, if their big thing was like sweet tea, they just want to go places and review sweet tea, you'll find other people who like sweet tea and you'll get a following. But if you try to sell to them have you been hurt? Here are the 3 things to do. Call me at whatever. You're not going to find a base. Nobody wants to be sold to. But if you just give free value, and it just so happens that I just really love and have a passion for communication. I've always had a knack for it. I learned a lot from my dad. I learned a lot as being the oldest of 4 in my life experiences, and
So
I just
what
it.
of your life experiences or things other than being a lawyer? Because we talk a lot as lawyers. I mean, we communicate a lot. But what led you up to? I mean, what kind of shit were you doing in grade school, high school? Like, who was Jefferson Fisher back then?
So Jefferson was really big into being a big brother. He still is. So there's 11 years difference between me and my youngest brother. And that meant I was like a second dad.
Yep.
So my mom or dad could tell them to do something, and then they would look at me and be like, or something would happen, and I'd come to them, like say they need to apologize. And they're like, I'm not gonna do it. To my parents, they're like, I'm not gonna apologize. And if I come to him and I'm like, no, you really need to apologize, that was rough. They're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different feeling with a sibling. And when they were kids, my sister and brother would argue over my sister's Polly Pockets or, whatever. And
I hated Polly Pockets.
They got into everything, but
they were this big and you lose shit all the time.
You lost everything. I didn't understand it.
At least Legos you could stick together.
Yeah. But it's that, okay, well, who had it first? Okay, well, what do you have? And then you have to like mediate that in a sense.
Yes.
And then one of my younger brothers, he couldn't pronounce his consonants. So I became like an interpreter for him to my parents are like, what did he say? I'm like, oh, he wants this and this. Like, so you get to like read like on their nonverbals or, he can't. So I would repeat things back to him. Is that what you need? Like, yeah, like you get to just evolve into that. I was big into speech in high school, and then I did mock trial in law school, but I've always been like the dad of my friend group. The dad of
That's what I get
siblings.
called, the dad. I like when there's I do a lot of coordinating trips. I end up being the dad that makes sure everybody's in the right place, that everything's on point. And then I was on a trip recently and there was another dad and I'm like, oh my God, I feel all this pressure.
Like the spidey sense, you'll just see each other.
We're like high-fiving, like, let's go, everyone. Right. It was like leading a flock.
So that was a big part of it.
A little bit more and it was okay.
Yeah, that was a big part of it. And also I just think I just really have a gift for it. As weird as that is, like some people are very good at math and just understand like economics. I had a friend of mine he's like, yeah, of course here's supply and demand. I'm like, what are you talking about? But this is my thing.
But do you ever get, do you feel that imposter syndrome? I mean, you have to feel that at times.
Yeah, of course. I think anybody does, but I definitely do. The bigger the following, the more I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's like I've just fooled all these people thinking I know.
One of the funnier things I saw, because you always have the same look when you're in your truck, and at some point he was shot from another angle and people didn't know who he was because it was like, it's not my side of my face.
Right, yeah. I was
dying.
It was Lewis Howell's podcast. Oh. And they did like I don't know the angled name, but it was kind of a half-side profile, kind of like where you're looking at me, and people are like, I did not recognize you.
So we have the profile for you in that camera. That's your profile.
So everybody be used to me here.
Yeah.
That's all they see is this. But as soon as I go like this, people lose their minds. They just, every comment I got was, I did not recognize you. I did not recognize you.
So funny.
I heard your voice. I recognize your voice. I didn't recognize who you are.
So I was, we were doing a new hire and I had this recruiter and we were trying to find a specific role and she was like, oh my God, do you know Jefferson Fisher? I'm like, yes, why? She's like, I just saw him on the Foster Sisters show. And I was like, this is all right. Because this was, I don't think I told you, this was like Saturday because I was having this conversation. I was like, I'm actually going to see him like on Thursday. Yeah. And she was like gushing over this attorney because she's like, oh, you're an attorney that does this media stuff. Do you know Jefferson? I'm like, the fuck? Like, I know Jefferson. Yeah. Small world, man.
Yeah.
But it shows you like she's outside of law. She's just recruiting. She does talent recruitment for mostly media artists. So like finding Beyonce's assistant, EAs. This is her job and role. And they know Jefferson Fisher.
Oh, wow.
That's incredible.
Wild, dude.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird when I see celebrities that follow me or like names that I've seen in shows. Or it's also funny to me when I have old friends or law school buddies who be like, dude, my wife has been like watching your stuff nonstop, just FYI. One sent me last night, who I went to college with. He's like, dude, my mom just called me and was like, hey, you need to get on to Instagram and follow this guy named Jefferson Fisher. And he's like, Mom, he was my roommate for like 4 years. What are you talking about? So it comes in all different sizes. But yeah, it's anytime I see that, it's just
So
it's
we're
small
going
world.
to, the end of the, I mean, we could talk for fucking hours. I feel like we could drink all day and do this. But I just want to figure out what's the future of Jefferson Fisher?
The future of this
Like,
guy?
okay, what is your, how do you define happiness and how do you want to get there?
That was quite the shift from the first question you asked.
But that should be your future.
Yeah. So what is happiness to me and how do I get there?
Yeah.
Happiness to me, how I want to get there, I want to be able to take my kids wherever I can take. I want them with me at all times. Being a dad, I've always wanted to be a dad. And now that I am one, it's the best.
Yeah, it's the
Man, I
best.
mean, y'all are parents, you know.
Yeah.
And once you have that perspective, nothing else really matters all that much. And they are now the filter for everything else. And a quote that I read, and I don't know where I read it, was once you have...
Cliff. It was a cartoon.
Was that what it was? That's probably right. It was that once your kids are born, you now exist as their memory. And,
wow.
And it's like this, now everything you do will be a memory to them. They'll remember what you do, what you say.
But I think about this every day because
Yeah.
they're in the stage right now. Because yours are 5 and 3. I have 6, 3, and 1. The older ones, this is the core memory stage.
Right.
Think of how many memories you have at that age that I remember forever. Because every moment could be something that they will think about for the rest of their life. Like my 6-year-old now, I can't lie anymore. She came the other day because she figured I was the Grinch when we were tricking the kids one time. And I was like, you better not tell your little sister.
Right.
She was like, couldn't get over it. I was like, you will ruin this for her. You have to keep your mouth shut that I was the Grinch.
But now she's in on it, you know. Now
And then she's too much in on. Like she saw, that was the Easter Bunny one time. She noticed that I was wearing my shoes.
Yeah.
I came out afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, Remy. She was like 4 years old. I was like, you shut your mouth.
So perceptive
Yeah,
and everything.
God.
Yeah, very, very much so.
I used a different voice. I did a lot of different things. I had my stupid ass shoes on.
Not fooling her.
Why is he wearing the rainbows? Ooh.
Yeah. So it's just this, that quote always kind of lives in my head that once you have kids, you now exist to be their memory. And that just always hits me very hard of how I interact with my kids, what I want for them, how I want to be perceived by them. And give them the best that I can. So I try to filter what I do of, would it make my kids proud? You know, whatever it is that I'm doing, would this make them proud later on? Because eventually when I'm gone, they're going to be accountable for it.
Yes.
So I find that, okay, if I never monetize anything on social media, if I never do any of this, and I just practice law and stay in my cubby hole and that.
Cubby hole.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I thought it was a Pittsburgh term, the cubby.
Is it really? Yeah, we got cubby holes.
Nice. You know what a cubby hole is? You ever say that word?
Yeah, I grew up having cubby holes in kindergarten. You put
Yeah,
your stuff.
everybody's got cubby holes.
You put your lunch bag in the cubby hole.
Yeah.
Wow. How about a crick or a...
Nope.
A
That's a
sweeper?
stream.
Like a creek?
Yeah, creek is a crick. You guys say crick.
Okay.
in Texas.
We don't say creek.
Really?
No.
Yeah, no.
How about a sweeper or a vacuum?
We say vacuum.
Oh, yeah, sweeper. Gum band or rubber band?
We say rubber band.
Gum band. See, I'm telling you, it's a little different. Do you clean the room or red up the room?
We clean it.
Yeah, different.
We fix a lot.
Yeah.
Fixing
Different.
to do something.
Fixing
a sandwich. We say that a lot.
I love it.
Well, yeah, we'll say I'm fixing lunch.
I want to go to Whataburger with Jefferson now.
Yeah, we should. We should. Whenever you're ready, we'll be fixing to do something. So yeah, I really try to funnel. When you have kids, you know this, that now all of a sudden they are the filter for everything else. Mm-hmm. So you have your kids, and then immediately in front of you is their filter of how's it going to affect them, what it's going to mean for them, what time do you have for them. And being with them and my family makes me really happy. And I would love to be able to travel with them because I didn't travel as a kid. I would love to be able to take them. You say, how do I get there?
Yeah.
One, I put things in place of what I'm doing now. I think I told you this earlier. I feel like I'm in my positioning phase of I'm putting things out for free into the universe because I think it's the right thing to do. Yes. I think it's going to help the right people. And if that's enough, then that's enough. It's easy for me to somebody say, why don't you monetize? You know that you could make X amount, or it's easy to get in my head that way. And I'm like, I don't want to post something and immediately try to see how much money it's made. Like, to me,
You're talking about like whenever there's a social media platform that can monetize.
Yes. I'm not talking about the back end stuff.
I agree. I do not.
You're right.
I do not like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? So there's a lot of it. It depends on how much is shared or seen. You can actually monetize it, and like these platforms will pay you money based on how many times it's been seen.
Correct.
Which I agree with Jefferson. I think
Yeah.
information and content should be free, and education should be free, and then free will after that.
Right.
So
And I could do well if I turned on that switch. But I don't want me to judge my own content based on how much money I've made. I'll get somebody who comments, this helped me so much in my day, or this is my favorite video, or this is exactly what I need to hear. Like, if that's not good enough for you, then what are you doing?
So sometimes I'll go through some of the comments just on your page, just as a lawyer interested to see how you have a lot of non-lawyers that comment mostly. And I'm interested to see their filter, their eyes, and how they see communications. And I think it can make us better advocates and trial lawyers if we always think about how they're viewing things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see when Jefferson frames stuff and I go through the comments, sometimes I'll engage a little bit with those, because it's real folks.
Yeah.
And as lawyers, we get too lost in what another lawyer thinks or what I think. We don't matter.
Right.
This isn't what we're here for. But I like engaging in your page because it's people that are engaged with for the right reason.
Yeah.
Right. That's very. I'm glad that you do. It's nice that.
And also, I get a lot of followers from it.
That's it. Hey, if you want some followers, just make a few comments. I'll like it for you, and then other people will follow you. Yeah, you just do that. Oh man, the other day, I know this is off topic, but I was so mad. So every once in a while, I'll have a hard time making a video, just for whatever. I'm tired, and
Do you ever do a video about that?
I probably could, but sometimes, sometimes I have a hard time letting things roll off the tongue. And I got it done, and in my mind it was, hey, I got a video done. It's going to help people. I try to think of one person it's going to help. In my mind, I'm like, okay, I've helped that person. Let me give them that. But I didn't like the video. Of course, we're the biggest critics of social media, so I did not like the video. Well, within the first 5 seconds, The Rock commented on it and was like, "Amen, brother," and fist pounded with a whiskey glass. And
It was tequila because of his brand. It wasn't whiskey, but it was the meme. He wrote probably whiskey and it came up he wrote tequila but came up with the whiskey glass.
Let's say it was his whiskey. He was his branded whiskey.
He's
I'm
branded
sure.
tequila.
Oh, excuse me. Yes, thank you.
Told you. Yeah, come on, man.
Sorry. Hey, I'm in Texas. I don't know.
You're in Texas. You don't know
Texas
tequila?
guy. I don't know.
You guys know tequila.
You got to go further south than where I'm at.
All right, fine. Houston's not too. You're on a golf.
Well, I'm an hour away from Houston, but it's easier to say Houston than where I actually live.
Where are you actually from?
A little bit north of Beaumont. Very, very small.
Beaumont. I know Beaumont. Yeah. One of my best friends, Randy Wilson, who's South Bay Briskets. He makes his own brisket. Is also an expert witness.
That guy who's always bringing the huge slab
Yes.
to your house.
He's from
Yes.
Beaumont?
Oh my
He's
God.
from Beaumont. He lives down the street.
man.
Let's meet up later today with
Yeah,
Randy.
please.
He's the definition of a big Texan,
Like brisket, please.
6'5". Actually, I have a lot of ribs in my fridge right now from this weekend.
That's awesome. Dang. I don't know what we were talking about.
Beaumont, Houston,
Beaumont.
and then being close to the Gulf, rock, fist pump.
Yes, yeah.
See, this is where the whiskey
Tequila.
kicks in.
Yes, it's definitely kicking in now.
So it was just a good lesson to me of, you can't be the own judge of your own stuff. So that kind of stuff happens. It's weird.
And I want to let you know that I used your tactic yesterday.
Did you?
I was having a conversation with an opposing counsel, and it was an email exchange. You never know the tone. And I literally asked them, I was like, that sounds insulting. Did you mean it to be that way?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they said, no, I just blah, 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 blah. And it's okay, great. So let's we're negotiating the terms of a settlement agreement in a very contentious case. So it's been a difficult thing,
Awesome
but I
job.
used it.
It worked.
It did because it
so glad.
diffused everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me
So
so
thank
happy.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. Sounds like you're just rocking it.
But that's why I do believe that what you're teaching is so useful for lawyers, especially law students, to understand. One of the best courses I took at law school was at Pepperdine we had a alternate dispute resolution track we could take for another degree. Those had such good, there's a negotiation class, and these were like tactics, things you didn't think of, like, oh, fuck, that makes a lot of sense.
Right.
People should use these skills. Right now, lawyers are coming out of law school and thinking they have to be the strongest voice.
Yeah.
And have to be the biggest asshole in the room without no room to give, right? Like this is what we shouldn't be teaching that. We shouldn't be teaching that.
Well, what they see are the billboard attorneys of, I'm going to fight for you, get every dollar. They want it, like, you know what I mean? So I absolutely agree. I wish that there was some type of curriculum that was geared towards that, of creating classes, at least one class that is almost required for them to go through this, of some type of civility. Yeah, to
Siri, send a note that we're going to do a civility class to Jefferson Fisher and scale it nationwide.
Yeah, civility, right. I can't believe you were.
I just talked to my Breitling because my Apple Watch.
Yeah.
You're so nice.
Well, I'm probably the most.
I was like, how is he a defense attorney?
I'm probably the most plaintiff defense attorney you'll meet. Like,
how can I help you? You get paid.
Yeah. Hey, let me tell you what.
Write my evaluation.
Plaintiff attorneys loved it when I had their case because and that was a big breaking point for me. Of I'm across the table of
somebody you want to help,
Miss Johnson or whoever, and she's elderly and she's having a hard time, and you can just read it on her face. You can read the pain, and she has a son who's in prison. She has a daughter who doesn't want to talk to her, and she's hurt. And you know what I mean? You get to see like their real heartache and struggle with people. And I tell the insurance company, like, okay, you need to pay X. And they say, no, we're going to pay Y. And I'm like, you need to pay X. And they're on the computers. They don't get to meet her. They don't feel that pain. And that just did not sit well with me.
Do you have a chapter called Solve for X in your book?
Chapter titles are up and down right now, but I do have a chapter that is devoted to breaking down the formula that is about solving.
I love it.
Yeah.
I forget, Liam, I go back to our text exchange because you had a different working title than what you have right now.
I did, and what was it?
I'll look back at my phone, but
I'll think of it. I'll think of it in a second. But yeah,
I like the working title. It was very good, whatever it was.
I appreciate the Penguin Random House was not a fan of it, so it's okay. They know what sells, so I was like, look, I don't care what title it is as long as it helps people.
I'm coming out with a book with trial guides, which probably will come out by the time this is here.
I'm trying to think of the name.
I'll think of it.
Oh, I remember it. I Beg to Differ.
Yes, that was it. I Beg to Differ. Great name.
Yeah.
They didn't like that? That sounds great.
Yeah, they didn't like it.
Wait, so what is the name now?
Predicting Positive.
That's also
That's going to change. Well, because I Beg to Differ doesn't and the reason why they also want to probably change Predicting Positive, it doesn't tell you what the book is about. They want like some way to say how it's about communication. So that's how I came up with I Beg to Differ was when I was doing the self-publishing route. And then bigger names got involved. They're like, let's curb that.
It could be like, bless your heart.
Yeah. You see that story I posted the other day, that lady that totally blessed my heart, just like that?
Oh, no. I did not.
So yeah, I was in line. I was at a place where you get salads. And I'm just waiting in line with this lady. And she's right behind me. And we're just being Southern people talking to each other about whatever. And she's asked what I do. I said, I'm an attorney, and I also do some social media. She goes, oh, where do you do your social media? I said, well, I do it in my car. She goes, oh, well, good luck with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did. She did. She patted me a little bit on the arm. Well, good luck with that.
Oh, my God.
And I was like, thank you, Doris. I appreciate that.
Was her name actually Doris?
No. That's just in my head of what it is.
I give fictional names to everybody, by the way. Like,
she was an absolute
cut me off on traffic. It's like, thanks, Bruce and Jeff.
Yeah, you give them names. No, she was an absolute sweetheart, and I know she meant well, but I was like, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, that's what, and so that was like, good luck with that. The way she said it was very much a blessing.
So my publisher I'm doing a book on trying spine cases, and I want to name it Small Disc Energy, and they're like, no. It's so good though, right?
Yeah, they're probably right on that.
I think
they're probably right.
So actually, I went and trademarked that, and I got an Instagram handle for
Small
small
disc
Oh
energy?
yes, I'm gonna have a sub thing with small disc energy.
That could.
Oh, and it's so funny.
That could
you know
be
a lot of small disc energy.
Yeah, that could be the
Other
uncut
industry.
version.
It is. That's the undercut. These are the.
Yeah.
By the way, I watched Dial of Destiny last night.
Haven't seen it.
Fantastic. The last Indiana Jones,
Is it a movie? Oh, okay.
but it's the 5th one they did. It was fantastic.
Really? I'd tell you, I'm the worst movie watcher. Like you don't.
You do after the kids go to bed.
I go to sleep, my man, or I
I'm
work.
gonna sleep by 8:30, but like my kids are 7:30.
I read. I'm not a big TV watcher.
So we're gonna end this with what
Fiction,
are you reading?
nonfiction?
Yeah. What are you reading?
Yeah, what are you reading?
It's typically nonfiction. I like self-help books, things that motivate me.
Can you put out like a book list? Because I would definitely
Ooh,
read
yes,
what you're
I could.
reading.
I could definitely.
I wanna read
could-
what you're
I could
reading.
definitely do that, but that's what I'm one of those weird people that if I'm sitting or watch TV, I feel like I'm wasting my time, and it's a problem. It's my own problem.
But you should I was raised off the TV to a degree, and I think that's where you get a lot of creativity.
Yeah,
Wow, that rhymed, by the way.
it was very good.
I should. Yeah, we'll do a hip hop song later.
Trademark that too.
Trademark and make an Instagram handle. Off that.
All right.
Yeah.
If you're watching, OCA, if you're watching,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
make that into a reel.
Yeah.
All right, so Jefferson, we're going to end this show with asking you. We've had the better of 3 fantastic brown liquors, and I asked you to change your palate and think about it.
Yeah.
What is your bourbon of proof?
If I had to choose, it would be the first one, the Corky. Bourbon
Really?
Proof.
All right.
I thought that one was really good. Next would be the Sam Houston, followed by the yellow. I'd do it in the exact order that we had it.
I actually am the reverse.
Same here, reverse.
Really?
I love this one. This is
I do too. This is the last one. Was my favorite, the Garrison brothers.
So if we averaged them, we'd say that the Sam Houston was a little bit better.
But this was, you know what? So on this bottle, they have this BDAM. It's like best damn ad marketing agency. I got this bottle by mistake.
Did you?
So I think I know who this came from. So another a lawyer marketing group. They send this out. They're like a mastermind in marketing for lawyers, and they sent her this whiskey set of things. And she's like, she's like, Bob, you like whiskey, right? She DMs me. I'm like, fuck yeah, she's like, somebody sent me this gift. I'm just gonna redirect it to you.
Yeah.
nice.
And that's how
So
you got
Maria
it.
Monroy, thank you, because you redirected me this bottle that was actually signed by Corky Taylor IV. That is now a conversation piece for a 5th generation Texan lawyer who's now the most famous fisher.
Yeah.
The most famous fisher.
Big time.
And for good, because fame can be used for good or evil or neutrality, and you choose to use it for good.
That's right.
Jefferson Fisher, thank you for being on this episode.
Absolutely.
Of Proof. We have no more whiskey to drink,
It's
but
all good.
we have a green or blue or burgundy room or whatever the fuck we're going to call it.
Michelle,
Michelle, buckle up.
Yeah, Michelle, Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yes.